Hello there everyone, 'tis me yet again. Oh dear, she is turning out to be really quite chunky and we've got another 9 days to go yet. Never mind, it's all good fun. Now, what I'm going to do this weekend is on one of the days, I'm not sure which, on either Saturday or Sunday, I'm actually going to give you 2 prompts on one day, because on the 28th of February, I want to talk to you about decorating your cover if you need to, and also what we're going to be doing on this first page here. So on Saturday or Sunday, you will, one of the two, you will be getting an extra prompt, so you'll end up with 3 prompts over the weekend. Okay, haven't worked out which ones yet, but you know, we'll get there. So I'm going to show you, hang on, my inches and twinches page, and this is what it looks like. It's very pink. It was pinker than I was expecting it to be, and I'll give you a close-up, but I want to talk you through sort of a little bit of what I did. So I pulled out one of my Stampin' Up! Ink pads, thinking that I was going to use it to sort of do the background, and I'd had it on its side and it had all leaked out, so I wiped it with a baby wipe, and then I thought, well, rather than wasting the ink, so I smushed it, literally smushed it, great word. Maybe I should have had that in my crossword as well, smushed. So I smushed the ink all over the background page, and then I got the green out and I did exactly the same as well. So I smushed some green on there too. And then I found this paper that I then punched out. So it was all from one piece of paper that I'd created with all this sort of mottled effect on it. And so I used those as my background squares. Now, I could make inches till the cows come home, for the simple fact that I've got so much little bits and pieces that I could keep on filling and filling and filling these inchy squares. But that's why mine looks quite pink with a hint of green in. The other thing that I went and then did was I did a little bit of faux stitching on each of the squares. And as you can see from the centre row, I put them on the diamond rather than on the square, just to add that extra little bit of interest. Now I'm going to bring it up close so I can go through each one with you. So these were little posies of flowers that I got from Hobbycraft, and then I used some peel-offs to put in the corners. This was a piece of lace that I'd got cut out, so I put some dimensionals on the back and then added that so it stands proud of the actual background paper. This was a wooden butterfly that I'd got, that I'd already inked up, and it happened to be the right colours, so that went on. These two here were some stickers. These two here were some stickers that I'd got that I wanted to use up. You know, out of that little suitcase that I keep going on about, that had got a ton of stuff in it that I needed to use. So I used a couple there. This was a button, and I cut the shank off the back of the button and then added a couple of little leaves and a stalk to make it look a little bit like a flower. Now this one's empty because, let me just reach for it and see if I can carefully bring it over. I need to keep it flat, so I punched out this butterfly and trimmed it down so it was smaller, and I've covered it with my glossy accents, and I've got to leave that to dry, so it's got to stay somewhere safe where it's not going to get damaged. So I've got to wait for that glossy accents to dry before I can actually attach it onto this one here. These were a couple of peel-offs that I'd got, and in the centre there's a flower, a paper flower that I'd got a pack of, and again it was the right kind of colours. On the peel-offs I added these dimensional sticky back don't know what you call them. Yeah, them. I added them things on. That was the other sticker. This was a little wooden house that I'd got. And then you might not be able to see them very well, but I actually had got some really tiny sequin flowers. So I added 3 on that side and 3 on that side. I might draw a couple of little stalks and tiny leaves on those just to accentuate them a little bit. This was a little cutout that I'd got, and then I've got some really, I don't know whether you can see those really tiny buttons. So I added 4 of those on it in the corner. And then here I'd got a peel off. This was a butterfly that I cut out from a piece of paper that actually someone sent me in some happy mail. And then added some more peel offs in the corners, and then a crochet flower as well. So I think it turned out quite pretty. For me, personally, it's a little bit too busy for me. But it kind of goes colour-wise. If you look at the washi tape that's on the edge of the page, it's pinks and greens, so it goes, you know. I'm not entering it into any kind of art competition, am I? So yeah. So that was my inches and twinches. Let's get on with today's prompt, because this one is going to be a little bit more challenging for you, I think. And I know that a lot of you don't like to be challenged and have to use your noddle too much. But, you know, your brain is a muscle and you need to use it sometimes. And you need to stretch your imagination from time to time. So, the prompt is invite... I'm going to put a, but it could be more than one. A celebrity to dinner. Now, it's one of those prompts that you see a lot of, like, which celebrities would you invite to dinner? So you can choose more than one if you so wish. So invite a celebrity to dinner. Now, there are quite a few people that I would love to spend the evening with, just chatting, getting to know them, and do that thing of what we chat about at Carol's stays at Carol's. I want to know all the ins and outs. I want to know all their secrets. And them know that whatever they say, it's not going to go any further. And I'm going to do, in this one, I'm going to do female celebrities. And in actual fact, what I would need to do is I'd need to split them so that 2 would come for lunch and 2 would come for dinner, because I think that the 4 together might not necessarily get on. But I would love to sit down with Oprah Winfrey and Maya Angelou. And I know that Maya's passed. But wouldn't it be fascinating to sit down and chat with those 2? So I'd invite them for lunch and then afternoon tea. Because you've got to have a brew, haven't you? You've got to offer Oprah a brew. And then in the evening, for giggles, I would invite Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy, because I think that they would just crack me up. Now, I have debated about this because I would also love to meet Bette Midler. I would love to sit down with Bette Midler because I think that she's another character. Someone else I'd love to sit down and have a chat with would be Whoopi Goldberg. I've always been a fan of Whoopi Goldberg. I like her as a person. I like the way she comes across as a person. And my all-time favourite film is The Colour Purple. So I might have to have a week's worth of, like, inviting people over for dinner. Because there's Bette Midler, Whoopi Goldberg, Sandra Bullock, Melissa McCarthy, Oprah and Maya Angelou. Oh, too many people. And I haven't even talked about the men yet either that I'd love to sit down and have dinner with. Okay. I'm going to list 6, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it on this page. So it's on this page here. Now, I'm not going to give you any idea of what I'm going to do on my page. You need to go away and think about the celebrities that you would have over for dinner. It could be a single one, it could be several. You could think about maybe what meal you're going to give them, but then you'd have to find out whether they're vegetarian or vegan, or, you know, if they've got allergies. And oh gosh, that's a lot of work, isn't it? Maybe they ought to bring a packed lunch with them, bring their own dinner. At least I'm covered then, aren't I? And I'm not going to kill anyone off. So invite a celebrity or celebrities to dinner. What would you talk about? What would you eat? Who are they? What do you know about them? All of that sort of stuff. So have a little think on that one. And as I say, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. I want you to go off and go and sort this through for yourself and use your own imagination. And on that note, even though I know that you're cussing and swearing at me for not giving you a hint as to what to do, you can do it. See you all again tomorrow. Bye.